But there's torpedoes in the water from their light cruiser. We do. Hello, welcome back to part 5 of our Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts Spain campaign, where we're continuing our war that started a couple of episodes ago with the USA. Last episode we managed to sink one of their battleships, and we're immediately jumping in now with another engagement in the Caribbean, where one of our battleships is an armoured cruiser. It's going up against 4 enemy cruisers, 2 armoured, 2 protected. So we'll jump straight in and see how we deal with this. So we've got the Victorious battleship from last time, the Victorioso, and we have with it one of our original AI built armoured cruisers, the Reina Regente, just with a couple of 6-inch guns. And then we've got a couple of our torpedo boats as well, which I think is the first time we're seeing those. Armed with 2-inch guns and a couple of torpedo tubes. So we'll get our armoured cruisers to form line. We'll get it to join the division with our battleship. It's actually quite fast, this armoured cruiser. It can do up to nearly 21 knots. Our battleship is fairly slow, and we have smoke spotted to the south. So almost directly ahead, we'll just change course very slightly. And torpedo boats are set to scout, so that's fine. We'll race on until we spot the enemy ships. And I think that's it with this one. If we can hit them, we'll probably do a lot of damage, so we'll try and close range. I'm not sure how fast their armoured cruisers are, and we've only seen their battleships in combat so far, so we'll try and close range and see what we can do. Our armoured cruiser isn't going to be a huge amount of help, so we're going to be relying on the Victorioso to do most of the damage. If they stay to fight, there we are. So we spotted them, so we'll head straight towards them. Our armed cruiser set to tight, we'll set it to normal formation, and hopefully that can catch up with us, but let's just have a look over at the enemy ships. Okay, so this must be one of their light cruisers, I assume. So a couple of the same class by the looks of it. Oh wait, no, we've got some, I missed that, we've got a dual turret on the back. Interesting. I wonder what that is, maybe a couple of 8-inch guns? Assuming these are 5s, maybe 6s. And no sign of their other 2 cruisers so far. Our torpedo boats are torpedoes at this point. Our range is only less than 1 kilometre, so we won't be doing a huge amount with those. And they're about to come in range. They are also closing rapidly with us, so we'll just turn slightly to the left. I can't remember if it's port or starboard, I always get them mixed up. Oh, okay, no, so these are the light cruisers, so yeah, we've got heavy cruiser. It's kind of got a an armor cruiser. It's kind of got a weird arrangement there. We've got a bunch of singles spread around, and then some heavier dual guns in a turret on the back. So we'll try and stay away from the back of them. And then the light cruiser here looks like it might have 3 6-inch guns, 3 in a turret anyway. And they're already sending out smoke. Okay, so let's turn to meet them. They are in range, but our chance of hitting is a 10th of a percent at the moment, which is probably why our guns haven't opened fire. They've opened fire on us immediately. Our armoured cruiser, although it joined the division, doesn't seem to be wanting to close the gap very quickly. Okay. So although chance of hitting is minimal, I'm going to drop down the speed, and as soon as we get into range of our secondary guns, we'll open fire. In fact, we've immediately got contact with their light cruisers. So we're outnumbered here. See if we can get their light cruiser. Probably unlikely in the smoke. Nowhere near. So when our armoured cruiser closes up, we'll get them to focus on the light cruisers. In fact, they are already opening fire. Lots of shots coming in from their armoured cruiser. They might be dashing in for a torpedo strike, but they'll have to get pretty close, and the closer they come, the better chance we have of hitting, so that's fine by me. So we've got the Maryland, so they actually have 9.4 inch guns in that rear turret on the back, which is almost the same as us, so be a bit cautious here with them. And let's set our main guns to fire at the Maryland. That's not a lot of point at the moment. We may as well focus on the light cruisers. And our torpedo boats, I'm just going to leave them. They're set to scout, so they're kind of acting on their own accord at the minute. Just focus on the lead ship. Or leave them as they are. They might be able to get a torpedo off. But there's torpedoes in the water from their light cruiser. They are going to miss our battleship. Let's try and avoid. And they're already going to hit us by the looks of it. Yep. Hopefully we can get our torpedoes away. Let's change them to aggressive. Our torpedoes are in the water. 2. We get a hit? We do. Okay, both struck, no duds. That torpedo boat is in trouble though. Okay, so that's a good result. That ship is going to go down by the looks of it. We've traded our torpedo boat, we'll get the other one out of there. But that's going to sink. So that's sinking, that's good news. And our torpedo boat is also going to sink, but I'll trade that. Okay. So we'll align a bit with the enemy's heading, and there goes the torpedo boat. We'll focus our fire on their armoured cruisers now, as we've fended off that charge for the moment from the light cruiser, and keep our armoured cruiser focusing on that. Okay. Keep our other torpedo boat just lingering. We'll slow him right down. He can linger at the back of our formation for the time being. I'm not too sad about losing the torpedo boat, to be honest. They're fairly expendable at this point. We could dash in and try and get another shot away. They only carry... Oh, we carry 6 torpedoes, so we have essentially 3 attempts. But I would like to save those for their armoured cruisers if possible. Got a 6-inch hit there. Our sinking ships are ramming each other apparently. Doing their duty to the end. Ah, damn. Our torpedo boat got hit there quite badly, so and it's probably going to go down, so we'll change our torpedoes to aggressive and we'll try and get, before he sinks, try and get some torpedoes away against the St. Paul. If we get any away. Just fired. Let's try and get him out of there. He's probably going to go down. We might just clip this one in the aft. Oh no, we should get it. See if they're duds. Nice. So both struck. We're doing well on our torpedoes, no duds so far. And we also had a torpedo away from our armoured cruiser there. Let's have a look at this. So they both struck in pretty much the same place. And it doesn't look like it's going to go down, but it is fairly well crippled. Yep, there goes our other torpedo boat. At least they actually did something. And while that is so close, let's just see if we can get a few shots in and finish it off. It might go down. Might go down. It's pretty extensive, doesn't it? It looks like most compartments. Yeah, it's going to go down. So we'll focus here on the lead armoured cruiser. But we actually got a hit there just with a 3.3 inch shell and it sinks. That's great. And yeah, their armoured cruisers are turning away now. We are open to shots here from their aft turret though. Our battleship should be okay, but okay, let's just speed this up slightly. Oh, okay, we actually got a hit there with our 10 inch on the Maryland. We overpenned, so not a huge amount of damage, but we have flooded some of their forward compartments. And they are... looks like they might be making a run for it, so we will follow up. Yeah, so if we can sink this whole fleet of theirs, or task force rather, it's probably not worth that many victory points. But I just want to basically get enough victory points to be able to take Panama if we can. Let's focus back on them there. I'll see what speed their cruisers are in a minute. I wonder what our crew is on this now. Green, so still pretty poor on the crew training. Another shot there. So they can do about 18 knots undamaged. That one's taken on quite a lot of water. So they could outrun us if they wanted to, or the Rochester could get away if it wanted to, but staying to fight. It seemed to be focusing on the Reina Regente at the minute. Which is probably not the best idea for them. Although they have hit her. And what's the secondary armament? So it was 5.1, so... and they are the same class. But their gunner is also poor, they've got green crews as well. Ooh, looks like we're close again with our primary armament. We'll try and, as long as we stay out of torpedo range, I'm not that worried about anything they have now. Their aft turret can hurt us obviously, but we'll try and stay out of its firing arc if we can. It is in a weird kind of like... yeah, I wonder, so it's blocked by the boats there, so I wonder what its firing arc actually is. Have struck us a couple of times, but not seriously. Speed up. Our secondary batteries shifted onto their secondary ship. We got another hit. Some more flooding and over penetration again. But their flooding's getting quite extensive now. It's forward in the ship, and looks like they are turning away. Let's see if we can change to their to the Rochester, see if we can get some hits on that and cause some damage to their engines, just so they can't escape. That'll do nicely. We're hitting them regularly now, and yes, got a 10-inch shell there. 6-inch actually. That was the armored cruiser there doing the damage. Another 6-inch, this time from our battleship. Okay, they are really damaged on the speed, so let's reduce our own speed just to help with our gunnery. And keep following them with our broadside. Okay, we took a 9.4 inch that time, but again it overpenned and we didn't take any flooding or major system damage, so I'll take that. Although maybe it spooked our gunners there. Okay, looks like they are actually trying to flee now. Our gunnery is very haphazard. Okay. We'll just have all guns from each ship focusing on their own ship in line. And our armored cruiser there, it was only a 5.1, but it penetrated our main belt and did some serious flooding damage there. And damaged our engine as well, so the Rene Regente is in a bit of trouble. The Maryland's repaired its engine, it's picked up speed again, so we may be able to get away. Let's hope we can cripple the Rochester before it can repair its engine as well. That was close with our main battery. So this is where I would have liked to still have one of those torpedo boats. We can just rush in there while it's reduced speed and damaged. We could have finished it off hopefully, but like I said, I'd trade the torpedo boats for the light cruisers. And firing away, looks like the weather might be closing in. I'm not sure how long we've got until that happens, but spotting range should be okay. They're not going to get away at this point anyway. There we go. Got another hit on them aft. This time it's well, again it overpens, but more flooding for them. Another hit, this time with a 5.6 inch. And the Rochester goes down, and not sure what it was there that finished off maybe the original flooding. But the Maryland's in trouble now. Still out of their torpedo range. A couple more hits should finish that off, I think. How's the Rene Regente doing? Doing okay. Flooding hasn't spread. The range is down to 2 kilometers. We can just get, like I say, one more hit maybe with our main battery. Speed up slightly until we can fire. Okay, let's see how we can do. No, but quite close. Just So watch out for torpedo range, but we're okay. I mean, we could try and dash in with our armoured cruiser and get a torpedo strike, but max speed is only about 11 knots, so probably wouldn't be able to maneuver very well for that. Okay, let's just speed this up now. Another penetration there. Missing again with the main battery. And the Maryland's fully gone down now. There we go, got another overpen, but more flooding towards the aft of the ship, so they're going to be almost dead in the water now if they don't sink with that amount of water on board. Ooh, took quite a bit of damage there ourselves. Our funnel's gone, our rear funnel is damaged, and the forward mast destroyed. Just falling short with our own guns there. Yeah, neither at danger of sinking, but more repair work. They're listing a little bit. Oh, most of that is just their roll. And they're hitting us again. Yeah, I would still like to stay away from this aft guns, but yeah, they missed us by a long way there. If we can sink them before they can get more shots off with that. They're focusing again on the armoured cruiser, so happy with that for now. Let's just speed it up again, see if we can finish them off. That might do it. Although taking some more damage. Just watch out for those torpedoes. In fact, our battleship is trying to come in line. I'm going to detach that because I don't want it to swing into their torpedo range. And there we go, we should finish them off there. That's it. So not too bad, we lost our torpedo boats, but sunk their entire task force. Another 9,000 victory points, so we've got an advantage of about 20,000. I'm not sure what Panama is worth or will need for that in terms of victory points. Probably more than this, but they might ask us for peace. We'll see if we can fight on for a little while. We haven't got any other wars too close. Got a few people starting to dislike us, but we haven't got anything immediate. So just light damage there and lost the torpedo boats. Okay, so in terms of the torpedo boats themselves, we've only got 10 left, and we did get a couple of turns ago, in fact possibly last turn, that we could build torpedo boats up to 300 tons now. I think our current design is only it's 268 tons, so it's not a massive increase, but we might design a new torpedo boat. We're about to get some better 2-inch guns, and we're fairly close to being able to get some improved torpedo mechanisms. If we prioritized it, we can get them in 5 months, but what I'd like to do is design a new torpedo boat and then crank out sort of 10 or 15 if we can, just to spread around and a few for escorts, but we'll do that next turn. For this turn, we haven't used our political action yet. We can ask for a peace treaty with the US. Would like to finish that war before we start the one with the Italians, but I'm going to increase tensions with the Italians again, because they're the only ones really at the moment that we're close to having another war with. In the meantime, we're sending our primary fleet here. It was outside of Panama. It's just here off the west coast of Cuba now, and it's heading to Miami. So if we can raid the port there, potentially sink some transport ships. Finances wise, we're losing about $1 million a turn at the moment, but I don't really want to change anything else at the moment. We can cope with that for a turn. So let's move on to the next month. Okay, we have got a strike mission generated. We're gonna fight to the end. We'll keep at war with them. Oh, okay. Oh, so it's actually them striking our port. Right. Okay. They have brought a heavy cruiser force. We've only got a couple of light cruisers here, one of which is only 2,500 tons. Both the General Lezo class, just with some 4.5 inch. I will auto-resolve this one. We'll probably lose. Okay, nothing sank. We managed to limp away with the Libertad and Piles. And we barely lost really any victory points, but we did suffer some damage to the port. But happy with that, I'll take that. So we've got those new 2-inch guns, lost a few crew members, successful against the Italians, British provoking us, and there's a few battles happening around the world. So we are off the coast of Miami now. We could, we've got this task force which has the battleships and our own armoured and light cruisers. We could, it looks like it's moving back to Panama. So we could move down to intercept. I mean, if we could sink this task force, we'd probably have enough victory points to ask for peace and then seize Panama. We also have the Victorioso, which is repaired now, but we'll keep her in port since we're only dealing with the armoured cruisers. And let's move back down to Panama with our main fleet. And political action, we will. Where are we here? So, war is looking more likely with the Italians. I'm actually going to go for the Russians this time, or maybe the Chinese. I'd like to keep tensions low with someone who I wouldn't really need to face directly in a land invasion, so we'll go for the Russians. Finance wise, again, we're just losing $1 million a turn, can take that. Let's move on and see if we can get a mission against this fleet. The war continues. Looks like the government was trying to negotiate anyway. Some hull strengthening improvements. We lost 3 transport ships. And our relations with Austro-Hungarian strengthened but decreased with the Russians. People of Greece against the Ottomans. Okay. So that fleet actually changed course and started moving north towards Pensacola. Let's see if we can. I doubt we'll be able to intercept, but we'll move back into the Gulf of Mexico anyway. And possibly if we move to Pensacola, maybe we can strike that port. If we get any other ships, we've got a few other ships dotted around in the Caribbean. We can't naval invade. I'm going to increase tensions with the Japanese this term. And we'll move straight on Actually, I'm just going to reduce the tech budget slightly, just because our budget's ticking down. We've lost some transport ships. Successful with the Japanese armies fighting around the world. We've got a convoy strike. Okay, so an armoured cruiser against 2 of their light cruisers. I'm going to auto-resolve this. We should hopefully get... Okay, so we sunk 1, we won the battle, we sunk 1 and caused heavy damage to Springfield, and then also took heavy damage ourselves. That is one of our older heavy cruisers, so happy with that. It should repair fairly quickly. See if we can find out. It's still in the fleet? No, it's gone somewhere else. Was it this one? Yes, I think it was. So it is 66% damage. So not too bad, and it will be repaired in 3 months anyway. Maybe it was this one. I can't remember the name now, but yeah, not too expensive to repair. I'm going to have to drop our tech budget down. Crew training, currently cadets. Just going to drop the tech budget down just for the time being until we're back in profit. Don't have anything that's close to being finished. What do we get with the cruiser so we can build up to 5,000 tons? What I would like to do sooner rather than later is expand our shipyards again, because we are still at the lower limit of being able to build on that battleship tonnage, and our armour on our battleships is not very good at the moment. So hopefully we can improve that. Tensions wise, try and put off this war with the Italians for another turn if we can. Let's go for the Russians again. Move on, and if we can get a mission against the main US fleet, we can hopefully do enough damage to end the war. So we can now get 8-inch caliber for our secondary guns. Encasements. We lost transport ships. Persia, alliance with Japan. Increased tensions against the Russians. No one's asked for us an alliance for us yet. They obviously don't think it's worth it at the moment. So we made it to Pensacola. This fleet of their armoured cruiser looks like has left port just before we got there. No missions this turn, and we'll move straight on. Finances again, starting to tumble, but our armoured cruisers, one of them should be repaired already, and the other one in the next 2 turns. Tensions wise, let's go for... I mean, we could go for someone that currently likes us, just to delay things, so we'll go for the Austro-Hungarians. Move straight on. Okay, so we've got a battle now. Hopefully it's that main fleet. I wish we could see what this was before we make a decision on this, but we'll carry on the war, or we're asked to carry on the war. Failed to provoke the Austro-Hungarians. Okay, so battle's actually over here, so it might not be with our main fleet at all. Okay, 3 armor cruisers. It's the Victorioso again. It's going to be our flagship at this rate, and the Buenaventura. So again, one of the older armored cruisers. So we will fight this, but we'll leave that to next episode. So we'll pick that up, and if we can finish this fleet off, I might see if we can end the war and see what we can get. Even if it's just a load of cash, we can put that towards our tech budget. Maybe get a couple of ships out of them, although I'm not really sure any of them are worth stealing. But yeah, we'll leave that there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you.